Good morning and welcome to our daily word on this Monday morning as we are in the last few days of the month of May. So I'm glad you could jump on this beautiful sunny Monday morning as we begin again a new week and continue to share our journey together through Scripture and how it works for us in our lives and how it shapes us and helps us to live better in all that we do. So as always, I'm thankful you could join me and that you carve out time to be with me and say good morning. I appreciate that. Hope you all had a great weekend, an extra day to do what you wanted to do. Hopefully celebrate, be in parades. I know many people were in parades. Many people were at cemetery celebrations, provided things that were needed there. So as always, that's a good thing and thankful for those folks who can do those kinds of things. So for us this morning, we began again in our journey. And our scripture this morning, this daily word number 728, our scripture this morning, this one particular verse comes from the story in Matthew, the feeding of the 4,000. And it's this interesting ongoing story, where the crowd gathers, they're hungry, the disciples want to send them away. Jesus says, "What do you have?" And they had 7 loaves and fish, and Jesus blessed them. And of course, they all ate. And there was satisfaction in that eating and the sharing of what they had and God's multiplying of the bounty that was there. And taking what little bit was there and multiplying it to feed those who were gathered. So hear this. Jesus took the 7 loaves and the fish, and after giving thanks, Jesus broke them and gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the crowds. So you know that if you were here or watched or were aware, we on Sunday morning celebrated confirmation on Pentecost Sunday. One of our girls was baptized and the 4 of them were confirmed. The 4 of them were worship leaders and did a fabulous job with all of that, and they were just perfect with what they did with me. And we shared many months together of learning and getting to know each other and being in conversation with each other. And you know that it was important for me that they recognize and that we recognize that, as always, we're on this journey together through life. And it doesn't start at confirmation. It doesn't end at confirmation. It's this lifelong kind of thing. And so we hold on to that. It's a ritual. It's something that we do here right now every other year. And it's an important part of what we do. And it's something that we hold on to. It's a reminder for us of God's grace and the sharing of this ritual of going from one step to the next. And it's this great celebration of all that God has given us. The girls got 2 gifts from me. One was, of course, a prayer cross, and the other was a necklace, and they had different words on them. And hopefully they appreciate those necklaces. And they're a reminder for me of the gift of their lives for me. And I wrote a note to all their parents yesterday thanking them for letting me journey with them through all of these months. We hold on to this. It's this reminder that what we have, these 4 girls, for instance, on Sunday, we take what they have and their skills and varieties of gifts, much like this, and we bless them. And I have this immense trust that down the road in their lives, it may not mean as much to them now as it does to us and their parents and their grandparents and their 5 generations of one family. But my hope is that there is this deep inside of them, this reminder of the journey that we're on together, and that they'll then continue to be in church. We asked them the last question: do you promise to be an active participant in the life of the church? Not just this church. Someday they might live somewhere else. Will they be active participants in the life of the church and raise their kids in the same kind of way? And that's such a powerful thing. And I thought about this morning in relation to this. 7 loaves and a fish that are multiplied. They're multiplied, and the crowds are fed. What seems like a small thing is enlarged when Jesus blesses it. And I got to thinking about this morning, and the reminder of God's presence with us. You know, when we practiced on last Tuesday night, I was so emotional. The girls were laughing at me when we were trying to practice. And yesterday, they kept watching me to see if I was going to get emotional. They kept watching me at the end when I was singing Welcome to the Circle. They kept watching me. All right, is he going to get emotional? And I did, just a little bit. And I thought, what is this emotion about? But then I was reminded, you know, I've been blessed with 39 years of doing this, 39 years. And I said yesterday that a confirmation class of 1, as many as 15 or more maybe. And, you know, I think about the emotion of it all 39 years. You know, one of our girls was the daughter of a young lady who went through confirmation with me before. The second generation now. And this thought that, you know, what little influence that maybe I can have. You know, maybe this is my last class. You never know how things are going to go. You know, I have so many colleagues who've retired or just plain out quit. You know, and it's such a struggle and all of this. I got to thinking about what all that means. But then, you know, this reminder that in our lives together, if we can influence each other just a little bit, just with 7 loaves and a fish or 2, with what we have, we can have the abundance in our lives, and then we share it with others and ask God to bless it. It can grow and grow and grow and grow, and that's what I hope to do. That's what I've hoped to always do. That's what I hope to continue to do. Everyone was fed. This Sunday, we welcome the conference minister here, and we share in the sacrament of communion, and we have coffee hour downstairs. And it's this ongoing reminder again that we take what we have and we gather together, and our seemingly minuscule resources become enough to feed the 4,000, if you will. And so, you know, I'm thankful for the 4 young ladies and their parents and their families who went through confirmation with me. And I was having breakfast this morning, emotional about that again. You know, who's next? What's next? But this reminder that whatever time we have together, we should use it, right? We should use it like the 7 loaves and the fish were to make a difference. And that's how we should live our lives as well. So that's our daily word for today. I hope it's a good word for you as well as we share our lives together. Thank you for always being with me. Hope you'll know of God's love that surrounds you and my love for you. And I will see you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.